Hey everybody, this is Perch, and a couple people have written in asking me if I've seen this new Wonder Man trailer. Is it a trailer? It's like 15 seconds long. I guess it's just like a bumper in a slate of Disney plus Marvel shows for next year. Um, I don't even think you could properly judge what it is, other than if you want to get excited about Wonder Man. And the funny thing is, I don't, I'm seeing a lot of this, it happens all the time where you get the people are like, this is my favorite character. They've ruined my boy. And this is my favorite character. This is exactly how I've imagined them. And I don't buy either of those two. I, are you, come on now, put the comments. Are you a big Wonder Man, Simon Williams fan? I'm not saying he has no fans. I'm just saying it stretches my truly just a bit to say that this is somebody's absolute favorite character. Wonder Man has had issues for a while. By the way, with the logo and everything else, it makes me feel like they're going to do something slightly retro or different, similar to how similar a little bit to Fantastic Four. Um, but based on the text, everything more, WandaVision, I feel like it's got to be something along those lines. We'll see. But anyway, I'm bearing the lead a little bit because that's not what people are paying attention to when it comes to Wonder Man. I'm not going to be a dick trying to pronounce his name. I should. It's Yaha Abdul Mateen II. And he is the Wonder Man, and he is black. And Simon Williams is pasty white in the comic books, and he's black in the show. And so we're getting the race swap. Why are you all that kind of stuff. And so that's going to be the discourse. The show's coming out in December of 2025, so we got a long time to go before we get more of this. But I want to throw one point out that I haven't seen discussed, and I want to offer this up as a thought. Okay, so if forgetting for a moment the race swap for Simon Williams, if the goal of Marvel is to get talented black actors out onto the screen and have some diversity in their lineup, and that is your goal, why wouldn't you do that with popular characters? Meaning, you had this Blade movie you couldn't figure out was a really good actor, and Blade in the comics has been black forever. He's also, had some successful movies out there, had the little nostalgia cameo in Deadpool Wolverine, and it's like, why wouldn't you push harder to get that done? Or why wouldn't you recast Chadwick Boseman, who was great as Black Panther, but why wouldn't you? I mean, hell, there you've got a movie track record of something that makes like $1 billion. You could recast that and go for it. Now, maybe it wouldn't do as well, but still, it's a high-profile black character. But if your goal is to get more black actors on screen, Wonder Man is a B-lister at best at Marvel. And so you're going to endure the race swap criticism, and you're going to give this, I don't know this actor, but let's assume he's a talented guy. A lot of people are saying it's great casting because he's very talented. What he do, they like his shows. So let's just assume for the moment he's a very talented actor. Why would you give a very talented actor Wonder Man? Even if Wonder Man, the comic character, was black, that's not. I mean, you should do a Bishop show. If Bishop would with this actor, you'd have way more. There's more of a following behind Bishop than Wonder Man. And Bishop's not a big actor. I mean, like, I just think you're setting, like, next year, you're getting a few shows. Let me read them to you, what we have going on from the MCU. Okay, we've got this slate of films. So you have January, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Oh, somewhere in there is What If 3. I think that may be this year. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it is this year. It's December 22nd, What If 3. Then you get Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, January 25th. This cartoons. Daredevil Born Again, March 4th. Ironheart, June 24th. Eyes of Wakanda, August 6th. Marvel Zombies, October 25th, which is another cartoon. And then Wonder Man, December 25th. Okay, so if I look at this lineup, and then of course you have a Thunderbolts movie and a Fantastic Four movie, but if I look at for leaving the movies aside, we're just looking at the TV shows. You've got, you know, two cartoons in there. You got the Spider-Man cartoon, you have the Marvel Zombies cartoon. I'm assuming Eyes of Wakanda is live action, although maybe I've got that wrong, but I believe it's live action. And but you don't have, like, you got a Spider-Man cartoon, and Spider-Man weirdly is probably the most popular thing you have going there. And then probably you got the Daredevil Born Again, and I like myself some Daredevil, and I like the Born Again storyline, even though I have zero confidence that that's what it will be about. Yeah, but I'm sure we'll borrow from the series. Why not? But by and large, you're going with Ironheart, who is a very unpopular character. Wasn't popular in the Wakanda Forever Black Panther movie, the Black Panther 2. So you're going with her. She's seen as a C-lister within the Marvel Comics. By the way, if you're a big fan of Wonder Man, big fan of Ironheart, whatever, I'm not judging you for who you like, but hopefully you're reasonable enough to acknowledge these are not the top tier characters. Like, again, Blade is a higher profile character than Wonder Man. Anyway, so you've got Ironheart, you've got Eyes of Wakanda, and then you have, Wonder Man. And so you're putting basically, of your live action shows, 3/4 of them, if I'm thinking about this right, have black leads. So cool, but none of those, I don't know what Eyes of Wakanda will be, but none of those are really set up for success. It's not like the problem isn't the black lead. The problem is that you're going out with a C-list comic book character who's not popular in amongst a bunch of other kind of unpopular shows. Like Ironheart won't, I don't know, maybe you get something out of that. Wonder Man, it feels like at the end of the year, these shows aren't going to do terribly well. And people are like, well, toxic racism strikes again. It's like, or Wonder Man's not exciting. And you took a fairly bit character and you saddled him with all the controversy and nonsense that's going to come out over race swapping the character. For a while, like for a heartbeat, people were trying to push for Nathan Fillion to be Wonder Man, which would have worked, but it would have worked mostly because Nathan Fillion will play kind of cheesy characters. He'll play kind of, silly, sarcastic type characters. It's largely what we're expecting with James Gunn's Superman, that's what he's going to be. I like Nathan Fillion, but he has been cast lately in a lot of these kinds of roles, and so he would have worked for the character of Simon Williams precisely because he kind of is that he's the comic book version of the character Nathan Fillion often plays. This just feels like you're asking yourselves to fail. You're setting yourselves up for that. And the weird part is you're sitting there with, popular, like legit popular black characters, even ones you've already introduced before. I mean, you do have Monica Rambeau out there, not a popular character. I think Monica Rambeau probably sits in the same, probably a slightly higher profile than Wonder Man, but not by much. But you've already started with that character, so you've got some ground to cover. You could do something with that. You could do Blade, as I mentioned. You could do Bishop. You could do Storm. There's lots. You have black characters. You could. I understand. This is the problem, by the way, with making the Falcon Captain America, is because you had a bunch of Falcon stories you could tell. You could do something with Nighthawk. You could do. I mean, like I could go on and on and on. There are characters you could do things with in this universe that are. I mean, Nighthawks and Wonder Man are probably about the same popularity, but I just feel like you took a low popular character, you race swapped the character, you're putting him out in a year with a bunch of other lower shows, and people are going to piss all over you for this casting decision, and so really, like, what are we hoping to get out of this? Like, what are we hoping happens now? I mean, I hope it's a good show. But here's the thing. even if it is a good show, because let's say the actor's great, he nails a character, plot is entertaining, it's not the same old shit again, and it's actually a good show, and all the rest. The headline that's going to be out there is, here's a character they race swapped for a bit comic book character. It just I don't like you fucked up Blade, this remake, so badly. You had a really good actor, like a legitimately great actor, all lined up, ready to play the character. And I mean, hell, even going back and doing more with Wesley Snipes, you could do that too. Either way, I mean, you have some good options. You could not get that film out of the starting gate to the point that it's been delayed into oblivion. And so we're going with Simon Williams. I legitimately do wish all the success for this character. I hope the show is good. I do always turn on the TV or go to the movies, and I always hope that I'm in for something entertaining, that I'm not going to feel like I wasted my time. I never go into any show just hoping it will fail. Like, oh, fuck, I hope this is really bad because I'll be able to make some videos on it. Never, ever. My time is valuable. I actually want to be entertained. That's why I do things in the first place. If I don't think I'm going to be entertained, I don't watch the show. I know watching The Bachelor is not going to be an entertaining time for me, which is why I do not watch that show. So, anyway, what do you think? And to be clear, because this is not me ranting about a casting decision. A guy seems talented. It's just like, okay, if he's talented, why not Blade? Why not Bishop? Why not have him be the Black Panther? Why not go for, or if you're going to do the race swap, why not a popular character? If you're gonna do it, go for money. You're putting this effort into a lower tier character. That's the part is just strange. You can't do a Robbie Reese Ghost Rider. You can't I mean, I just think you've got tons and tons of options here. Oh well. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course. And thanks for listening.